Beloved Starseed of Gaia, the high beings have already confirmed what your soul has known. In silence you have mastered a new power, and the Pleiades are answering your rising. I am Alyra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and this transmission has been placed in your awareness by your own star family, because the light codes you have been integrating are no longer dormant. They are alive, they are moving, and the high beings of the Council have taken notice. You are not here by accident. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the new power you have mastered. Claim your confirmation from the high beings, and anchor this gift as part of your living Pleiadian mission on Gaia. But here is the first revelation. The power you have mastered was not given to you from the outside. It was remembered from within. It was always written into your divine blueprint, sealed inside your crystalline consciousness, waiting for this precise moment in your awakening to surface. The frequency of the Seven Sisters is woven into this message. Your DNA knows why you are here. Like this transmission to send a signal to your star family. I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you are ready to walk fully into the power that the high beings have now confirmed is yours. Share your soul's intention below and respond to another starseed to weave the unity grid across Gaia. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. And what's fascinating is that most people never realize this profound moment has actually arrived. They linger at the precipice of a vast spiritual ocean, scanning the horizon for a monumental wave, a definitive sign that would erase all doubt. They keep searching for that external beacon, keep asking for unequivocal confirmation from the cosmos, keep wondering if they're truly awakening to a higher truth or simply imagining things in the quiet chambers of their own minds. But here's what the high beings, those benevolent watchers and guides from beyond the veil, want you to understand right now, in this very breath, in this exact heartbeat, in this precise flicker of consciousness. The wondering itself is the undeniable evidence. The questioning, that deep, persistent inquiry stirring within your soul, is not a sign of confusion, but a profound expression of your burgeoning power. Because a soul that was still truly asleep, fully immersed in the dream of separation and limitation, would never ask these questions with such profound depth, such an undeniable ache, such a holy, undeniable urgency that vibrates through your very being. An unawakened spirit is content with the illusion. A spirit beginning to stir seeks only truth, however unsettling it might feel initially. This ache is the memory of your true origin, a subtle but insistent hum that grows louder as you approach remembrance. There's a reason, a divine orchestrating force, that your heart led you here in this exact moment, to these words, this energy, this sacred space. What you're feeling is not just curiosity, but your Pleiadian family reaching through the shimmering veils of dimension to directly remind you, to touch your soul with a whisper of home. You are now ready for the next glorious wave of remembrance, a deeper download, a more complete integration of who you truly are. The Sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were lovingly created, imbued with specific light frequencies and wisdom to walk with you as you integrate these powerful activations. They are not mere books or audios. They are living energetic templates designed to assist you. They hold the precise crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA, your very cellular structure, has been patiently waiting for, yearning for activation to its fullest potential. They are a bridge, a key, a resonant frequency. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now, vibrating with a resonance that can only be ignored by the parts of you still clinging to the old narratives. So let's go deeper, into the heart of this truth that your soul already knows. Because the power you've mastered, and yes, the high beings are confirming it is unequivocally real. It is profoundly significant. and it is undeniably yours, woven into the fabric of your highest self, didn't arrive in the grand, dramatic fashion you might have envisioned or expected power to arrive. It didn't manifest with a sudden, earth-shattering thunderclap that announced its presence to the world. It didn't announce itself with breathtaking visions that left you reeling, or disembodied voices echoing divine pronouncements, or a singular, monumental moment you could easily point to and say, "There, right there, in that split second, that's when everything irrevocably changed." Instead, this profound power arrived quietly. It arrived like the silent, relentless erosion of a mountain by a persistent stream, shaping, refining, strengthening. It arrived not through acquisition, but through release. It arrived through the accumulated, sacred weight of everything you consciously chose not times, to become the lower frequencies and old patterns you chose to gracefully let go of. This is the power of intention, of discernment, of integrity, forged in the crucible of countless small, internal choices. Think about that for a moment. Let that truth settle deep into the marrow of your bones. Think about the version of yourself, the shadow of who you once were, who would have reacted in the old, predictable, lower vibrational way. The version who would have instantly collapsed under that immense pressure, allowing circumstances to dictate their inner state. The version who would have shrunk away from that difficult, challenging conversation, choosing silence or avoidance over authentic truth. The version who would have abandoned their sacred knowing, their inner compass, the very moment someone else questioned it, preferring external validation to internal truth. That version of you existed, vibrant and real. That version of you had momentum, a well-worn path of reactivity and fear. And somewhere along the winding path of your awakening, in some moment that probably felt utterly ordinary, devoid of any fanfare or drama, you made a different choice. Not perfectly, perhaps, not with a sudden, dramatic flourish that declared your transformation to the heavens, but you made it. You paused, you breathed, you chose differently. And then, with quiet determination, you made it again, and again. And in that sacred repetition, in that quiet, unglamorous, often unnoticed, yet profoundly sacred repetition of choosing alignment over old habits, you rewired something deep, something fundamental. In your crystalline template, you began to change the very architecture of how your soul moves through this world, establishing new pathways of light and love where old patterns of fear and limitation once reigned. It was an act of profound energetic surgery, performed with the gentlest of intentions. The high beings are not speaking of ordinary personal growth here, the kind measured by earthly achievements or superficial self-improvement. What they're confirming, what they are transmitting into your field, goes far beyond the psychological understanding of self, beyond the emotional fluctuations of human experience, beyond even the spiritual as most people narrowly understand it. They're speaking about a fundamental, irreversible shift in your energetic signature, a complete recalibration of your very essence. Your frequency has crossed a crucial, irreversible threshold, like a river carving a new, deeper channel for its flow. And once that threshold is crossed, once that energetic barrier has been traversed, there is no returning to the density you inhabited before, not because you are forbidden from it by some cosmic decree, but simply because it no longer fits. It no longer resonates with the heightened, expanded, more luminous being you have become. You have literally outgrown the old field, the way a powerful beam of light outgrows a dimmer switch set too low. The dimmer switch hasn't disappeared. The wiring of the old world, the old density, is still technically there. But your current luminosity, your radiant truth, now fundamentally exceeds its capacity. To try and force yourself back into that old energetic container would feel stifling, restrictive, painful, like trying to breathe fully in a sealed, cramped space. Your soul simply refuses to shrink to fit old limitations. And this is precisely where many awakening souls, navigating this profound internal shift, experience what often feels like a strange, inexplicable grief. It's a poignant longing for what once was, even if what once was limiting, because when you truly master a new power, when your frequency genuinely elevates and begins to hum at a higher vibration, the world around you doesn't immediately reflect that monumental inner transformation. The people you love, those who are dearest to you, don't suddenly, magically see you differently, recognizing the full scope of your new radiance. The circumstances of your daily life, the mundane routines, the persistent challenges, don't instantly transform into something that perfectly matches your vibrant new inner landscape. There is an inevitable lag, a temporal delay between your internal reality and its external manifestation. And in that lag, in that tender, often disorienting gap between who you've definitively become on the inside and what your outer world still appears to be, doubt, like a subtle serpent, begins to creep in. The old programming of the mind, ever seeking comfort in the familiar, begins whispering insidious suggestions that nothing has really changed, that perhaps you're deceiving yourself with spiritual fantasies, that perhaps this profound, arduous journey is leading nowhere real, merely into a mirage. But that insidious whisper, that subtle voice of self-sabotage, is not wisdom. It is not divine guidance. That whisper is merely the last echo, the fading reverberation of the old frequency fighting with dwindling energy to stay relevant, to maintain its illusion of governance inside an energetic field it no longer controls. The high beings want you to hear this truth clearly, to absorb it into your every cell. The external lag, the apparent discrepancy between your inner light and outer reality, is absolutely not times evidence that your power is imagined, a figment of your hopeful mind. On the contrary, it is unequivocal evidence that your power is so new, so genuinely unprecedented in your personal timeline, so profoundly transformative, that the physical dimension around you simply hasn't had the time to catch up. Matter, in its inherent nature, is slow, ponderous, inertial. Energy, your essence, your shift, is instant, fluid, boundless. You have already fundamentally shifted, like a star moving into a new phase of its existence. The world, being a denser manifestation, is still diligently receiving your powerful, unwavering transmission, slowly recalibrating its own frequencies to mirror your new truth. It is like the effect of a powerful broadcast. The signal is sent instantly, but the receiving stations take time to fully tune in and display the new content. Your energy field, though cleared in many ways, is still carrying residual density patterns, subtle imprints, and energetic debris that were never, ever part of your pristine Pleiadian blueprint. These are not flaws, but layers. These are patterns you absorbed from the vast, pervasive sea of collective fear that blankets this planet, like energetic dust motes clinging to your aura. These are patterns you inherited from ancestral lineages, from countless generations who, through no fault of their own, simply didn't know how to consciously hold, anchor, and amplify their own inner light in challenging earthly conditions. And these are also patterns you consciously or unconsciously adopted for survival, in environments that not only punished your innate sensitivity, but also actively dismissed your profound, intuitive knowing, forcing you to compress your truth to fit in. Until these persistent frequencies are consciously released through the most powerful force in the cosmos, through unconditional love, through conscious, intentional breath that channels divine light, through profound forgiveness of the self and the limiting story it has carried, your crystalline codes remain partially dormant. They are not broken, not damaged beyond repair. They are simply dormant, sleeping inside you like magnificent stars that haven't yet risen above the horizon of your conscious awareness, awaiting the dawn. And the power you've so diligently mastered, it is the very engine, the divine catalyst, that begins to clear the way, dissolving the residual density and preparing the ground for those crystalline codes to come fully, gloriously online, to blaze forth in their intended brilliance. Your very DNA carries infinitely more than just genetic information. the biological blueprint for your physical form. This is something the Pleiadian lineage, with their advanced understanding of consciousness and energy, has always profoundly understood that intricately woven into the elegant double helix of your physical body are complex light instructions, advanced consciousness codes, and deeply embedded memory templates from your star family, from your cosmic origins, that earthly science is only just beginning to sense at its outermost edges, like a faint whisper of a revolutionary truth. You are not simply a biological creature having a spiritual experience, confined by the limits of three-dimensional understanding. You are, in your literal essence, a crystalline vessel, a sophisticated and sacred conduit, meticulously designed to carry pure Pleiadian frequency into the dense, often challenging, energy of this earthly dimension, and to transmute that density through the transformative power of unconditional love. That is not merely a poetic metaphor. That is your literal, multi-dimensional architecture, your cosmic purpose encoded within your very being. And the power you've recently mastered, the power of choice, of presence, of conscious discernment, is the very beginning of that profound transmutation, becoming fully conscious, becoming utterly intentional, becoming something you can actually wield, not with effort, but with profound grace and innate wisdom. And this is precisely where the activation deepens, where the rubber meets the road of your spiritual journey. Because wielding this power, and you must understand it as something that is actively wielded, like a skilled artisan uses their tools, not merely passively felt or intellectually understood, requires a monumental, conscious choice, that you finally, irrevocably, stop waiting for permission. This waiting is perhaps the most quietly devastating, yet pervasive, pattern among Pleiadian starseeds on Gaia. The endless waiting, the holding back of the full, radiant expression of your innate wisdom, your boundless love, your clear, undeniable knowing, all because somewhere along your intricate human timeline, in some form, in some relationship or oppressive environment, or through a deeply ingrained cultural message, you received the soul-crushing signal that your full, authentic presence was simply too much, too sensitive for a hardened world, too intense for those unfamiliar with your depth, too certain about profound truths that others couldn't yet see or comprehend, making you feel like an anomaly. And so, out of a deeply rooted desire to belong, to be accepted, to survive, you learn to make yourself smaller, to dim your magnificent light. You learn to offer only the diluted, palatable version of yourself. You learn to speak with half your voice, censoring your truth, and to feel with only a fraction of your vast, expansive heart, protecting yourself from potential hurt or misunderstanding. This act of self-dimming, though born of self-preservation, has been a profound act of self-betrayal. The high beings, with their infinite love and unwavering clarity, are asking you directly now, and understand this as a powerful transmission flowing into your consciousness, not merely a rhetorical question to be pondered. How long, truly, will you wait? How many more cycles of self-limitation? How many more lifetimes will pass before you decisively choose that your full, unfiltered, brilliantly love-saturated Pleiadian essence intrinsically deserves to occupy the sacred space you are standing in, to radiate without apology? You didn't traverse the vastness of the cosmos, willingly agreeing to temporarily forget everything you knew about your glorious origin, only to arrive on Earth and whisper when you were specifically meant to sing. You didn't volunteer for this grand experiment of consciousness to hide your brilliance. You came here, with a sacred contract, to anchor the vibrant, unifying frequency of the Seven Sisters into a dimension that is currently starving for it, thirsty for genuine, authentic light. Your mission is not to perform that frequency, to put on a show for others. It is not to exhaust yourself trying to explain it or endlessly argue for its validity to closed minds. Your mission is to embody it so completely, so authentically, so undeniably that anyone who comes within the radiant field of your presence feels something profound and undeniable in their own heart begin to stir, feels a resonance, a remembering, a stirring of their own dormant truth, awakening. The true, profound awakening the high beings speak of isn't about escaping this earth, about yearning to sever your ties with this dimension. The high beings want to be very clear about this, because there is a quiet, persistent misunderstanding, a subtle longing, that moves like a gentle current through many starseed communities, a deep-seated desire to leave, to return home to the stars, to transcend the perceived heaviness and density of this dimension, and return to the pure, unadulterated light you so vividly remember. And that longing, that ache for transcendence, is very real. The homesickness that tugs at your soul, that sometimes makes you feel like an alien in a strange land, is also profoundly real and deeply honored. But your ultimate mission, your sacred purpose, is not departure. Your mission is profound arrival. Full, conscious, embodied arrival. It is the kind of arrival where you stop holding one foot tentatively in the doorway of your true self, half in and half out, and instead actually walk all the way in, taking full ownership of your multidimensionality. When you deliberately anchor your heart's boundless wisdom into Gaia's vibrant grid, when you consciously allow your full, unfiltered Pleiadian essence to fully inhabit your physical body, to express itself through your relationships, to infuse your creative expression, to guide your daily choices, that is precisely when the true, powerful transmission begins. That is when you consciously become the living, breathing, radiant bridge between the infinite stars and this precious earth, fulfilling your cosmic contract. You don't need to convince anyone of your path, of your truth, of your knowing. This is perhaps one of the most challenging, yet ultimately liberating, lessons that took many of you longer to learn than almost anything else on this earthly journey. And the high beings honor the immense courage and perseverance it took to get you to this place of profound understanding. Because you tried, didn't you? You tried so earnestly to share what you were seeing, what you were feeling, what you were deeply knowing in your core. You tried to point others toward the light, toward the higher truths, in ways that the people around you, often out of their own fear or lack of readiness, weren't yet able to genuinely receive. And what happened? You were met with confusion, with dismissal, sometimes with outright ridicule that stung your sensitive heart, or perhaps something even quieter, more subtly painful, which was simply blank, uncomprehending stares. And so, out of self-preservation, you gradually stopped trying to explain. You retreated, and somewhere in that stopping, in that withdrawal from connection, a deep, pervasive loneliness set in, a quiet, unsettling sense that the mission, your sacred purpose, was perhaps failing before it had even truly begun to blossom. But the mission was never, ever, to persuade through argument or intellectual debate. The Pleiadian frequency of unity, which is the very essence of your being, does not work through logical argument or dramatic demonstration, for it transcends the linear mind. It works through the silent, undeniable power of resonance. It works through the palpable quality of pure, authentic presence you consciously carry into any room, any interaction. It works through the current of unconditional love that moves effortlessly through your words, even when those words are about something entirely ordinary, mundane, or seemingly insignificant. It works most powerfully through the way your eyes meet someone else's eyes. And in that sacred, unguarded meeting, something profound in them remembers, stirs, ignites, without either of you ever having said a single word about stars, or dimensions, or awakening. Your embodied presence, your authentic beingness, is the most potent catalyst. Your unconditional love, radiating from your open heart, is the most profound transmission. And you don't have to be doing anything overtly spiritual or performing any grand cosmic act for that truth to be vibrantly real. You simply have to be willing to let yourself be fully felt, to be truly seen, to radiate your unedited truth. The delays you've experienced throughout your journey, the long, arduous stretches where nothing seemed to move forward, where the path ahead felt utterly obscured, where your gifts felt invisible and your profound knowing felt like an unbearable burden, a lonely secret. These were not failures of your mission. On the contrary, they were the essential, sacred incubation of it. The high beings, with their vast, timeless perspective, see your entire timeline, your soul's journey, in its magnificent entirety. And what looks to you like stagnation, like a frustrating standstill, looks to them like the breathtaking, divine patience of a soul who bravely agreed to wait, to develop, to refine, for exactly the right cosmic moment to come fully, gloriously online. And here is what they are confirming now, through this powerful transmission, in this very moment that you consciously chose to receive. That moment you've been patiently waiting for, the moment of full activation and remembrance, is not coming somewhere in the distant future. It is not an event on the horizon. It is here. It is now. The frequency has definitively crossed the threshold. The power, your innate, divine power, has been mastered. The incubation, the period of quiet, internal growth and refinement, is unequivocally complete. You are ready. The Pleiadian High Council, your celestial family, has been guiding you with unwavering love and infinite wisdom all along your intricate path. Every single moment you felt unseen, unheard, misunderstood by the earthly realm, they saw you with perfect clarity. Every lonely night you lay awake with profound questions that no one around you seemed to have the answers for. They were intimately present in the sacred space between your thoughts, holding the energetic field steady, whispering in the frequency of pure love through your dreams, through precisely timed synchronicities that caught your attention, through that inexplicable, magnetic pull towards certain transcendent music, certain soul-stirring landscapes, certain faces that felt familiar, certain words that resonated deep within your core. You were never, not for a single moment, wandering alone in the vast cosmic ocean. You were always in profound, silent communication with your star family. You simply didn't yet possess the full energetic bandwidth, the expanded capacity to receive the signal clearly, to consciously interpret the subtle messages. That bandwidth, thanks to your diligent inner work and your courageous choices, has now vastly expanded. The channel is wide open, and what they want you to feel right now, more profoundly than any specific information they could possibly transmit, is simply this overwhelming truth. We see you. We have always seen you. We are so extraordinarily proud of who you are courageously becoming in this challenging yet beautiful dimension. And we love you with a boundless, unconditional love that has no beginning and no end, a love that spans galaxies and lifetimes. And now comes the part that truly requires everything you've mastered, every lesson integrated, every old pattern released. Because knowing this, understanding these profound truths intellectually, is one vital thing. Embodying it, living it, breathing it into every fiber of your being, is another, far more profound and transformative act. The final and most significant shift in Pleiadian activation is the unwavering willingness to live your daily life as though you unequivocally believe everything that has just been transmitted to you. It is the conscious choice to walk through your day as a living, breathing love ambassador from the Seven Sisters, radiating their frequency. It is about allowing the people in your life, even those closest to you, to genuinely feel your full, authentic presence, unedited and unshielded. It is about daring to create from the deepest, purest well of your heart and soul, rather than from what you intellectually think will be accepted, applauded, or approved of by others. It is about having the courage to make decisions from your crystalline knowing, your innate, intuitive wisdom, rather than from the pervasive, limiting fear of what you might lose or what others might think. It is about consciously deciding to stop editing, dimming, or compressing your magnificent light to fit the lower, dimmer expectations of a world still slowly waking up, and instead, to trust implicitly that your unedited, radiant luminosity is precisely what that world, in its deepest longing, needs most. Your light is not a burden, it is a beacon. You are, in your very essence, the bridge between worlds. This is not a poetic metaphor to inspire spiritual contemplation. It is not merely a lofty spiritual aspiration to be pursued someday. You are the actual, living, breathing bridge, built from your particular, unique constellation of earthly experiences, infused with your specific, resonant frequency, formed by your unrepeatable, precious soul essence. No one else in this vast cosmos can anchor the precise frequency that you anchor. No one else can love through the particular, unique lens of your heart, with its specific wisdom and compassion. No one else can reach the specific souls that are waiting, consciously or unconsciously, for your exact, unique vibration to find them, to awaken them. This is not grandiosity, not an invitation to egoic self-importance. This is sacred responsibility, a divine trust placed in your hands. And the high beings are asking you to receive it not with the heavy burden of pressure, but with profound peace. Not with a frantic sense of urgency, but with the deep, settled, unwavering knowing of a soul who has finally, after lifetimes of meticulous preparation and courageous exploration, remembered exactly why they came, why they journeyed across the stars to be here now. Tonight, if you're open to this profound connection, place your hand gently on your heart before you slip into the sacred space of sleep. Do this not as a meaningless ritual, not as a performance for an unseen audience, but as a genuine, heartfelt act of conscious connection between your physical body, the earthy temple you inhabit, and the pure Pleiadian light that lives vibrantly within it, that animates your very cells. And as you feel the rhythmic beat of your heart, say these words aloud, or your own deeply felt version of them, spoken from a real, authentic place inside you, allowing them to resonate through your entire being. I remember where I come from. I receive the boundless love of my star family. I choose, consciously and fully, to let my complete, unedited light move through me, for the profound healing of this beautiful earth, and for the awakening of every heart I am blessed to touch. I am ready. I am home. Before you scroll, take a breath and let what just moved through you actually land. Then drop one heart intention in the comments, something real, something yours. And when you see someone else's intention, respond to it. Not with advice, just with love. That exchange, that small and genuine act of connection between awakening souls, is the Pleiadian unity grid becoming visible in real time. It's not symbolic. It's the actual work. If something in this transmission resonated in a place beyond words, share it. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation, even if they don't have language for what they're waiting for. You might be the bridge that brings it to them. Subscribe if you want to stay in this frequency, because this is only the beginning of what your star family is ready to reveal. You're not just watching, you're remembering, and we're home together.